live look between the hedges. Sanford Stadium and Athens. It's the Kentucky Wildcats and the Georgia Bulldogs. Reese Davis, Dayton Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Anytime you step between the hedges at Sanford Stadium, you know you are on hallowed ground in college football. This is one of the best places you'll ever watch a college football game. The red and the black, the dogs, even the Uggas are buried in the stadium. This is one of the most iconic spots in all of college football. Guys, back to you.
Holly, thank you. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. Now we see Isaiah Canyon, a portal addition from Georgia Tech. Every time he gets a chance to make a play, the entire stadium holds its breath.
And what a treat, man. We get to see an elite wide receiver, a master at his craft perform today. And obviously, nobody in the seats are surprised, right? Because this university continually pumps out guys at the spot. But, Jesse, I love the way this dude performs. I'm excited to watch him live.
You know, it was amazing. The three of us were walking around the facility yesterday and just seeing all the names of receivers and all the memorabilia and the jerseys and the Bolitnikoff awards. The tradition of the position at receiver at this school throughout college football history has just been elite, and this guy is the next one.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the Dogs will line it up on 1st and 10. When they've got him looking run, now to pass. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Straight ahead, it's Phillips. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again. The 7th play of this opening drive, they'll need to move the chains on 3rd and short. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. Absolutely perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
So Kentucky's offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And finding space to throw the football against this secondary will be a challenge.
And this matchup is going to be so much fun to watch because this defense, they're really, really good. And they like to take away what you do best. And a lot of times that means focusing on your number one guy. Palmer, here's a problem. There's 2 in this offense. So I can't wait to watch how they handle both of these guys that can make big plays and what answers they try to come up with.
I think that's the big question, because it's really hard as a defense to double 2 guys. And I think if you're on offense here, you want to try and change the picture, change the formation and alignment, use motion, try and confuse this defense, or at least force them to communicate to get the matchups they want to get. I think there's opportunities in this offense today with these 2 big-time targets outside to make some plays, but they got to be versatile, and they got to try to be as multiple as they can.
Left side is Baxter. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. Fields the punt. He's got great speed. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Looking down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Didn't get a chance to show off those return skills, but he gives his offense the ball at the 29. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go to the counter. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
The counter play is a great play to mix in because defensively, you're not looking for the counter. You're looking to attack, attack, attack. All of a sudden, 2 guys pull across the formation. Now you got to change your direction really quick.
Oh, and it's picked off. Threw it right into the teeth of double coverage. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. Great place to start for this offense. Looking for space. It's Phillips. Couldn't really get started there. Pickup of 1 to the 35. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. This time they'll throw it. Fires to the wideout. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught along the sidelines, but he's out of bounds. Would have had the 1st down if he could have stayed in the field of play. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Absolutely perfect. The lead is 6 in the 1st.
You've got to make the opponent pay for turning the football over. And while this team would have liked to have scored a touchdown off that pick, I think they're pretty happy getting the field goal.
He'll bring it out. It's Patterson. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Wildcats come out to get things going on offense. They'd love to get something started here, down 6-0. They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Grabs it in the middle. Breaks into the open. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Fresh set of downs going up top. They're all over him. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run it out of the gun with Baxter. And he's brought down after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Quick give. It's Baxter. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down.
And finally, we see a little bit of that which we talked about coming into this football game. Like, we highlighted him. He's a really good football player. They're going to feature him. He's going to make big plays. Today, the defense is absolute.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Wildcats go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Sells to run, looking to pass. Rush right in his face. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback, and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again, and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Oh, pressure's coming. Makes the grab. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in
a shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They put up a couple of field goals so far, but now looking for a way to take a drive all the way to the end zone. Got a little space. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Drops back on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. He's looking to throw. Out wide left, it's Taylor. Great move. Now he's got room. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first. Gets rid of it. Ball is loose. And he was able to get back on top of it. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The Dogs can really attack on this second and short. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. The Bulldogs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Fresh center downs going to the air. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Got it right in the heart of the end zone.
One thing this team has shown early this year, it does not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. They show up ready to go. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen.
Lots of room to run. Still on his feet. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. This offense has been sluggish, to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Hand off for Baxter. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down. Kentucky right back to the line. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Pinned back in their own end, a 3rd and short from the 16. Turns into the pile. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
And I think this is going to be a focal point moving forward, man. Like stopping the run game. Like they continue to have success and have success now on this 3rd down. They've got to find a way to maybe commit more bodies, be more physical at the point of attack, and take away some of this rushing game.
On first down from their own 22. Fresh set of downs going up top. Under pressure. He's sacked. This defense all over it. After that sack, they're in a different zip code now. 2nd and long working here. Back to pass, and he'll have to push it downfield. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. It's complete to the left. He'll be stopped short, and they'll force a 4th down. Now the Wildcats call a timeout. It's their first. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. First time we've seen their... And he loses the football on the return. He's brought down, and he looked for room to return it, and there wasn't much there. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. From the gun, it's Phillips. And he's swallowed up immediately, stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to the well. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Georgia hunkers down in the red zone. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Makes the grab. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Into the end zone. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Here comes the Kentucky offense out onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions.
Oh, look out on the right. Just what they needed. Huge explosive play as he takes it to the 33. Kentucky going quickly.
And this is why I love sudden change situations. When you get a turnover, oftentimes coordinators like to take a shot right away. The defense is back out on the field. They're trying to communicate. Sometimes they're discombobulated. They're sleepwalking a little bit. And the offense takes advantage, taking a shot and coming up with an explosive play.
And after that last completion left them with just a yard or so to go for a first down. How will they attack on second and short? Interception number 3 on the day. The 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Bulldog. The defense does the work itself with a pick six. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead.
And how about the defense coming up huge? It looked like this was going to get really, really close, and they do what they do, man. Make that one big play, Palmer. Force not only the turnover, and then take it all the way back to the house. They look like they're about to give up points, and then all of a sudden, they get points of their own.
And that was a bad decision by the quarterback, too, David. I get it. You're trailing on the scoreboard, but you got to know you can't get it all back on one throw. He threw that into traffic. Give the defense credit. They were where they needed to be. They didn't just pick it off. They took it to the house and added insult to injury.
Offense in a bunch formation. Hits inside. It's Patterson. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Snap from the gun on third down. He's got the tight end. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Drops back on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Left side is Stevens. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly. They'll send the back in motion. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. How about that Mike linebacker bringing the heat right up the middle?
Right down Broadway, right in the middle of the defense. This is the guy that sees everything, makes all the calls, and you could tell he knew where he was coming downhill. It came wide open, and he comes to the quarterback and gets the sack.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Another incompletion on third down. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team.
And man, that's another drive for this offense where it's frustration. You're looking to the sidelines, there's not a lot of juice, man. They haven't been able to get going and put drives together and score points. They've got to find something because this game's starting to creep along and they really need to make something happen.
Sells the run, wants to pass. Complete to the right. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35. They opened up this drive getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. Off play action. Look out! Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Running inside. It's Phillips. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. They've got it at the 41. 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Right back to it. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And that's got to be so frustrating for this defense, man. He's already over 100 yards. Like, they're going to continue to feature him, especially on third down. And so far, this defense, they can't find the answer. They can't get him to the ground. They've got to find something to slow this dude down.
Trying to get behind the defense. And it's picked off for the third time today. Bringing it back. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so quick. And guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3/4 of a football game.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Got it behind the line. It's Ginner. There he goes. The 30. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
And that shows up in the stat column as an explosive play for this quarterback, but it was a very simple RPO. Get the ball out, and then guess what? My dudes are better than your dudes. And getting it to him on the perimeter, letting him make plays, all of a sudden, he's way down the field, and it looks like a long completion for this QB.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Going to the run, it's Patterson. Knocked down in the backfield, 2 yards behind the line.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on 3rd down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the 3rd down.
These 3rd downs, man, they're critical down in distances. When you have mobile quarterbacks, it's just so great to know that, 1, they can get it throwing it for your offense, but 2, if it's not there, they can take off and scramble and generate big plays as well. This guy now, because of his athleticism...
Touchdown, Kentucky! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone.
And finally, guys, we've been talking about this offense. When are they going to get it going? When are they going to have that spark? They make the play. They finally get on the board. Now, can they keep the momentum going? Can they play complementary football? Can the defense get a few stops and the offense keep this up?
He'll return it. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Turning it on! That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Right back to the well. And he was able to work his way for just a few, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Kept the last one on the ground, now they'll throw. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not a lot of room to make this catch. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Let's see if this rally can continue. A touchdown followed by the stop, and now they've got the ball back. Fighting off the defender. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
That's just a really nice job by the running back, making the first guy miss and going to get positive yards. This guy's got some wiggle, and you saw it on that play.
Tight end now in motion. On the ground with the counter. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Patterson. And we've been waiting to see the spin move, and so too had the defense. They were ready for it.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gonna run it. It's Patterson. Pickup of 5. It's now 2nd and 5.
A lot of times it's hard to see those linebackers coming down late and blitzing through a gap. The offense did a really nice job getting a hat on a hat, blocking up front so the running back could get some positive yards.
They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on 3rd down. No gain on the play. They tried to run for it, and that defense was ready.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both. Got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. Breaks into the open. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. It's 1st and 10 for this offense from the 42. They'll give it to him again. Makes one man miss. Timeout taken by Kentucky. It's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
Makes a man miss. Oh, he's still got more! Kentucky spends its 2nd timeout here. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. It's reverse. Oh, that did not go as planned except for the defense. They were right there to make the big stop. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. Off the boot, looking for his man. Finds his tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28, and it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. And the Dogs, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. The snap sets up the throw. Touchdown, Georgia! The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the 4th. They march 78 yards down the field, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Deep in the end zone, it's Patterson. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. Looking to throw for it. Here comes the heat. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been...
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. Needs it. Oh, he's got some space. The 50. Knocked out of bounds at the 46 after the good pickup on that one. And the Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. Rush is on. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
Yeah, and they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays. But this defense is making sure he's not getting that time.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. They're going to go from their own side to the line quickly. A big play here. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Fires to the right. He makes the catch. He is stopped short on the line to gain. The 4th down try goes awry, and that might just do it. Business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that dub.